Hey, I'm Jen, and today I'm talking about how to empower your children in times of fear. Hey, I'm Jen Anderson. I'm an empowerment life coach for Stronger Because Coaching, and one of the things that I do is I teach parents how to coach their children through their fears. Now, I put these videos out so that people can hear messages of hope and know that there's always something else that they can be doing and working on, so that when the chaos of the world is going on, they don't feel like they have to change the world, change all the chaos that's going outside of their area of control in order to feel peaceful inside. And there is a lot of fear right now, and we have a lot of things happening in the world, and we are noticing more fear as adults, but our children are also noticing fear. And children already come with a pretty good set of fears, but this is kind of ramping it up. And the good thing is that they're home right now with us so that we can help them process through this in a time where we've got them one-on-one, and we get to be the ones in their lives helping them work through this kind of thing. Now, this video is inspired by a little letter that I got in the mail that said on the outside, "I need help." And it was from a little sweet pea who was struggling with a lot of feelings of fear. And one of the bravest things I think that anyone can do is to reach out for help when they aren't sure what to do. And so I just want to acknowledge the courage that it takes just for someone at all, but even a little one, to reach out and just say, "Hey, I've got something that's going on a little beyond my scope, and I really need some help." And so we had a little discussion, and I want to share some of the things that we talked about so that you can share it with your children if they're struggling with some fear right now. So one of the things that's going on when we're afraid is that the brain is signaling something has gone wrong, and I'm in danger. And so one of the first things that I do is I teach how the brain works, because our brain's job is to keep us alive, and it does that by warning us about danger. There are lots of different parts of the brain and different functions, but I talk about two parts of the brain that have really critical roles as far as keeping us safe and where fear is involved. One is the primal brain, and one is the executive brain. The primal brain is pretty loud. I call it the toddler brain. Sometimes we refer to it as the monkey brain or the lizard brain. It is just the basic brain that is there to shout danger and to help us survive. And it shouts loudly. It kind of throws some temper tantrums. That's why I call it the toddler brain, because that's what it does. It kind of freaks out sometimes. And then we have the executive brain that's more like the parent. And its job is to take information that it gets and make really good decisions about how to keep us safe, among other things. But if we aren't aware of the thoughts that we're thinking, the first thing we're going to become very aware of is how we feel, which we might start feeling shaky and really afraid and jittery, and we might see how we're acting. Like maybe we feel like hiding or running or freezing. Maybe we start over preparing. Maybe we hide from danger, those kinds of things. And if the executive brain isn't used to asking, "Hey, primal brain, I see the danger signals going off. What information do you have for me?" so that it can make a really good informed decision, what it's going to do is pull the alarm and say, "Primal brain said danger, we must be in danger." And then all the alarm bells are going off on every level that something is wrong. And so the first thing that I do when I'm working with children, teaching them about fear, is help them recognize that actually nothing has gone wrong. Actually, something is right. My brain is doing exactly what it's made to do. It's signaling danger because it's trying to keep me safe. Now, the primal brain can't tell the difference between something that might hurt our body or something that might hurt our feelings. Disappointment feels scary. Embarrassment feels scary. Frustration, all those little things that can come up. And if it's not used to questioning those, then the executive brain is going to jump on and say, oh yeah, we've got danger, before it investigates it. It's kind of like, I compare it to a fire alarm. You know our little smoke alarms that we have in our house? So the smoke alarm is like the primal brain, the toddler brain, and the person is the executive brain. And when there's smoke that is sensed by the fire alarm, by the smoke alarm, the executive brain can either go, fire, and scream and run around and say, everybody meet at the fire tree, everybody get out, there's a fire. Or it can say, let's see where the smoke is coming from. And maybe it goes in and it sees that mom is just making pancakes again and set off the fire alarm. This isn't an actual danger. We have a false alarm here. And it can say, everybody stand down, we're okay. Unless it's so quick to react that it's not questioning why the alarm is going off in the first place. So those are their jobs. If the primal brain is shouting danger, it's like the smoke alarm's working, it's working, nothing's gone wrong. Then the parent brain, the executive brain, goes in and says, why is the alarm going off? Is that valid or isn't it? So what we want to do is start having the executive brain say, okay, primal brain, what information do you have for me today? And then we have the opportunity to actually look at our fears, take stock, take inventory of what we have, which is what this little one did as well. She wrote down all of her fears and put them in an envelope and sent them to me. So the next step that I talk about that I go through with children is talking with them about, what do you have with you all the time that will take care of you and help you in times of emergency. Now, I'm not going to put that in this video, but if you'd like to follow and watch for the video next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little thought and then an activity that I work with children as I'm trying to teach them how to kind of grasp this concept. So go ahead and watch it, because it's made to help empower children when they're feeling helpless to their surroundings. And it also helps us too. So did you know that I have a 12-week program that helps parents learn how to coach their children, particularly through fear? And if you are interested in it, if you feel like this is something that you can use it on yourself and then share it with your family, and then the whole family benefits, will you message me so that I can see how I can help you and your family work through this time of fear? Okay, there is so much you can do. We're not helpless, and we have every reason to hope, because there's always one more thing to try. Okay? And we're going to be fine. Okay, see you next week.